Hi there everyone, I'm Krill. Welcome to a tips and tricks video. I haven't made these kind of videos for a very long time, but I'm back on track again, and we are going to see how to make terrain paintings and stuff and things. Not the terrain itself, but the terrain paintings, and how you should terrain painting your lot, of course. So yeah, we are going to start with, as you can see over here, I have made, this is my Asian Dreams house that I made in 2011. I have deleted all the terrain painting because I'm going to talk step by step how to do things and stuff, and yeah, as you can see there, yeah. So by further ado, we're going to start. Of course, this is a house that I made very long time ago, but I thought that was a nice house to start with, so we can do a couple of things. We are going to talk about rocks, how to make ponds and everything, how you should terrain your painting and how it works. As you can see down here, we have a circular, small and medium and big. We have square like this and medium and big as well. This bar over here, it makes how the strength of your painting. So if you paint a grass with much up, then you get much grass. If you have very low of that amount, it will be like much faded, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that later, but yeah, so that is the basic and stuff and things. What you should do when you start terrain painting your house is to decide, this is what I do. You should first of all decide what type of grass will you have. So you find a grass that you really want to have. I don't really know what grass I want to have. I like this that comes from Pets. I take the big one and scratch it to maximum, so it doesn't really matter when it comes to grass. So you just fill in with stuff and things, because grass will be all over the lot. So we just paint everything on the lot that you want. It maybe not will look realistic when you come on the edges of your lot, but you can always fade that out with the terrain painting later, if you know what I mean. So I'm just gonna paint everything here. Paint, it's gonna paint. So we're going to talk about the rocks and how you should paint stuff, and ponds and everything. As you can see there, we have made grass. It doesn't look really nice now because this is just an example. I'm just gonna, show you how to do the grass like that. So when you have done the grass, what you can do if you want to make some detailed grass and you want more professional look of your grass, what I always do is take another grass, another texture. Maybe we can take this one, as you can see over there, and that kind of looks nice. So what you're gonna do is take the big one, because it's a very open area we're going to paint on, and drag it over to very, faded, if you know what I mean, and click on some part, not all over the place, but just click, don't hold and drag or anything, but just click like so, if you know what I mean, all over a lot. As you can see, it's getting more detail. It's not just the plain grass that we had before. It looks very nice, and there we go. As you can see, the grass looks very much better right now, as you can see. And as you can see over here, this is a hill, and we are supposed to do a rock over here, or a hillside. And what you're gonna do about that? We are actually we have talked about the grass, and you're gonna do this all over the lot, as you can see. Click and click and click, but I'm not gonna do that because that's gonna take a while, if you know what I mean. So yeah, well, as you can see here, we're going to take some rocks. We are going to talk about rocks right now. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna choose a rock that our terrain paint texture, if you want to call it that way, and shows that you want to have. I really like this because this is an Asian. I think we can test. Yeah, that looks pretty nice, that texture. So when you have decided what you want to have, then I guess I recommend to have the medium on the circular option here. Made it like middle, as you can see over on my screen right there, and just click, don't click and drag, just click there on the part that is supposed to be much color of terrain painting, if you know what I mean. So I'm just painting, so I don't know what I'm talking about there, but it looks very nice actually. But it cannot not look much realistic right now. What you can do as well is to take you still have the medium sized, and just fade it out to the maximum that you have very faded out, and click just out many times outside, a little outside of the rock itself, so it kind of looks like it's a rock on the grass as well, just beside it. That makes it look much more realistic than it was before. As you can see over there, it's not straight, because you don't want to have, because many people do like this. They take the fall maximum and they take a texture and they painting like that, and it doesn't look very nice. So when you do rocks and stuff, use the faded option. When I recommend the lowest here, so it's most faded, if you know what I mean. I don't really know if you know what I mean. As you can see, we have made a very good part over here, as you can see. Next up, I think we can take the dry way here. A good way, if you know, when you're doing dry ways and things, you should use the square, because they taking much more straighter line than the circular does. So what I do is take the square. It depends how big the lot is, but I'm gonna use the biggest, and I'm gonna pick the very top of so it's not faded, it's much, Gonna take an asphalt that I really like. We can take no, not that, is a pathway, I don't really know. So we're gonna take a driveway. I just wanna find something here. Yeah, we can take this one. We can take this one. As you can see, I always do this. I click here, hold, and drag carefully upward, so you get a straight line over there. Because if you do just go over that part, it's not straight anymore. So I'm gonna show you how to get around this problem very soon. But I have done this too many times right now in my game, so I'm very used to this. So it's very much faster to do this. So like this, maybe up there, and so on. As you can see there, it's a nice straight road there, if you know what I mean. But I want to show you here. I'm gonna delete everything again. Gonna delete like so. Now we have the grass back, and I want to show you a very useful way. You're gonna use flooring, okay? You're gonna use flooring, place it like here, like so, and so. So this inside here will be the driveway. What you can do is to take the terrain painting again and just, painting driveways like so. And you don't need to care about or think about how a straight line is, because when you delete the roof, I mean the floors, you're gonna see it's a straight line as well there. So as you can see there, I made some driveway. It doesn't look really nice now. I'm just going to you know, show you some example. We made some rocks, grass over there. Here we have some, you know, we have some plants here and flowers. So what I used to do when you do flowers and stuff, to make it more realistic, and I think this will be very handy for you guys, you're gonna take a dirt. It doesn't matter if you take dark dirt or light dirt, it's your opinion. I really like this. As we did with the rocks, I choose the most faded and medium option here. And on just under the plants, I'm gonna click. I'm not drag and click and click and drag. I'm sorry, click and drag. You're gonna just click, if you know what I mean. So just not under the plant itself, but just outside of the plants, so it looks like dirt is under it, but it's not under it, if you know what I mean. So like so, click and click, and it's not gonna be like this. This doesn't look very good. Dirt need to be very faded, so it looks very realistic. And as you can see there, it looks very nice with the dirt over there with plants. Looks very nice, of course. So like that, I really recommend you have like a small sand here. I choose this sand. I really like this sand, and just click here, and I always use faded here. I use a big circular option here with much faded. I always use the most faded because it looks much more realistic if you do have that. And just click and click like that, so it faded out on the edges, and that looks very nice. I will take the I'm gonna take the, you know, the rock again, the rock texture, and oops, we're gonna put it to there ungefär. So there you go. Yeah, that was not the same texture I had before, so just don't care about that. So that's nice. Yeah, that is pretty much everything I had to show you guys. I don't really know if I want to show you something more. I think maybe if you want to do pathways like this, I don't know how long this video will be, but I'm just going to talk about some things. As you can do here, it's the same with the driveway that you did for your garage thing. You can put floorings beside it to make it a very straight line, but I don't using that because I'm so used to it, so I'm not using it. So if that makes any sense. And drag it so it is faded, of course, and click and click and click and click and click. Never use drag. You just only use drag and click and drag if you want to do the grass, the basic grass, if you know what I mean. So I'm never using, you know, drag thing. So it kind of looks nice now actually. So anyway, so you can always put some flowers. There are options for flowers. Use the most faded option here and click and click and click. Not all overall, but somewhere you want to have flowers. Looks nice. And there we have some rocks. We're going to use some rocks over here and take the medium, and I think I will have it not too much but very much, so we have the, you know, thing there, and then we're gonna fade it out and click just outside of the rock so it looks more realistic out here maybe. Click and click and click and click and click, so, and maybe clicking so connected with that one, maybe that one. So yeah, So that is all I want to show you for today. This is the basic of the terrain paintings and stuff and things. I just wanted to show you that you can use grass and everything, and just use your own imagination, and now you can do much more terrain paintings. My job is always to make your Sims happy, and more Sims videos coming out very soon. Goodbye.